I'm Harry Hyman. I'm a clinical professor in the School of Public Health at Georgia State, and I also direct our DrPH program. So excited to have an opportunity to share with you about our program and really how it's evolved over the past 8 years. We just welcomed our 8th cohort this past fall, and like many programs that start out, had a lot of valuable learning, especially over the first 3 to 4 years, that we've worked hard to integrate into the program and continue to get feedback from our students and graduates about ways to make the program a more valuable experience. Needless to say, the field of public health has been under extraordinary stresses and challenges since our program started, and I don't think that's a causal relationship. But 2 years into starting, we had the pandemic, and now we have the current situation. So clearly, there's a lot going on in public health. The article referenced on the top, "The U.S. deserves the best public health doctors, and they're not medical doctors," was written by one of the founders of the National Association of Doctors of Public Health, really making the case that DrPH programs are uniquely situated to prepare the public health leaders that we need. And obviously, the field of public health has faced a number of challenges, both societal and within public health, for a long time. But I would say the current challenges are particularly extraordinary and really require that we respond in thoughtful and intentional ways. I want to tell you a little bit about Georgia State. The Georgia State School of Public Health developed a new strategic plan in 2023. And as you can see here, it's our mission to be a premier urban school of public health dedicated to advancing health equity and solving contemporary and emerging public health problems through education, research, and community engagement. So our commitment to not only advancing the field and advancing public health, but to advance health equity is something that is integrally woven into our strategic plan. Goal number 1 for our strategic plan is to become a national leader in educating and preparing the next generation of public health professionals and leaders to advance health equity. And I will tell you that those aren't just words on a page. That's a mission and strategic goals that from the dean down and our staff up, we are working to realize every day, even against significant headwinds. Our Doctor of Public Health program is specifically designed to provide the knowledge, skills, and experiences to prepare the next generation of public health leaders to advance public health and health equity. We are a generalist program. If you're looking at the landscape of DrPH programs, there are a number of other programs that are focused on specific concentrations, whether health policy, implementation science, social epidemiology, preparedness and response. We strongly believe from our inception that public health leaders are different from subject matter experts. And what I mean by that is that preparing a subject matter expert requires narrow and deep training, and many of you are, in fact, already subject matter experts. Unfortunately, the skills that position people to become subject matter experts are not the same skills and experiences that position people for success in leadership roles. And it's our view that to be positioned for those roles, you need to have both broad and to the extent possible, deep understanding of the breadth and depth of the field, to be able to work with subject matter experts across the field of public health and non-health sectors. And that's really why we chose to be generalist in our approach, and how we approach the training of our students. The two main pillars of our program are leadership development and health equity. All DrPH programs, by design, are intended to be focused on leadership development. I would challenge you to look more deeply to see how that's operationalized, because I think some programs, including ours, do it much better than others. And I think the same is true for health equity. I think health equity language is being taken down at a lot of institutions. And as our incoming cohort learned during their orientation directly from the dean, that our commitment to health equity, even in a state where that language can be politically challenging, is strong and will continue. I added this slide to my presentation because I feel like there's an elephant in the room when we're talking about public health. I suspect that many of you, as you prepare to apply to DrPH programs, are being asked by colleagues and friends, is this really the time to advance your public health training? I mean, what's the future of public health? So the answer that I would like to provide, the answer that we as a program and a school would like to provide, is that the need for prepared leaders is more important than ever. Obviously it's critical that we work together to get through this current period, and it may mean refocusing from what's going on at the federal level to more regional approaches. We had an amazing panel at Georgia State last night of our students, our DrPH students working in state and local public health, about the increased demands on them and lack of technical assistance that they're able to get from CDC, but their need to build their capacity and workforce in ways that are possible. But this period is not going to last forever. And candidly, prior to this current period, we were working hard to prepare our students not only to be champions for health equity, but to be the adaptive, transformational leaders that are needed to take the public health system and public health agencies from where they are to where they need to be. So there's lots of room for improvement even prior to this time. And I think obviously the imperative and the requirement for trained leaders is stronger now and more critical now than it's ever been. Let me talk to you a little bit about the students we've engaged in our program. You'll get to meet some of them, but I also invite you to come to our website. We're on the DrPH website. There's a link on the upper right labeled Our People, where you can look at each of our cohorts. We're really looking for public health professionals who are committed to developing as public health leaders or expanding their knowledge and skills as public health leaders and to making a difference. To apply to our program, you need to have a master's degree. For most students, that's a MPH, but we certainly have had, over the course of our 8 years, folks with non-public health masters who then need to take some additional prerequisite courses. And a minimum of 5 years, but a minimum of 3 years, but a preferred 5 years of applied public health experience. I would say most of our students have between 5 and 15 years of applied experience, but we have some students whose experience is more on the 3 to 5 or 3 to 7 range. As I mentioned, our program began in 2018, and our cohorts reflect the range and diversity of public health and the communities we serve. We enroll 10 to 15 students per cohort. Um, and they, up until now, have been essentially all working full time. Now we have students, a small number of students who have gotten RIFT, many right now who are furloughed. But our students are coming from CDC as well as state and local public health agencies, centers at Georgia State and Emory, the CDC Foundation, CARE, Task Force for Global Health, Carter Center, and others. We have 24 graduates to date, with several more on the roster, if you will, to graduate this fall. And this will give you just a flavor of some of our cohorts. Just to let you know that we're child friendly. And we didn't ask them to smile for the picture. They were smiling because they were having a good time. This is a social outing, and I would challenge you to identify other schools of public health where the dean will meet you at the brewery and buy a round of beers for everybody. But that's Dr. Lynn, our dean, and that's exactly what happened, which I think speaks to the community that we have at the Georgia State School of Public Health. Our curriculum requires a total of 54 credit hours, which includes 10 core courses, 4 electives, an applied practice experience, and an integrated learning experience or dissertation. And again, all DrPH programs require an applied practice experience and a dissertation. What it looks like in terms of core courses and electives can vary. We work hard to bring a strategic lens to applied practice experience, because all of our students come in with pretty profound applied experience, but yet the accreditation agency requires a supervised applied experience. We really encourage students to use that as an opportunity to look behind the curtain at either agencies or organizations they collaborate with. If they're thinking about making a career shift from domestic to global, from program to policy, to get behind the curtain with a different team or a different kind of work, but to use it in a way that gives them an experience where they can apply some of their new skills and learnings, but also see what things look like behind a curtain in an area where they maybe haven't worked before. These are our 10 core courses, and they include areas that we think are critical for emerging public health leaders, courses like leadership and practice, management and finance, public health education and workforce development, a seminar on urban health, and a seminar on human health and global environmental change, which is essentially a course on the public health implications of climate change, which we think is not only an existential challenge to the planet, but a cross-cutting existential challenge to both public health and health equity, given the overlap of impacts of climate change on the same communities that are experiencing social, economic, and environmental disadvantage and health inequities. We also have courses covering some of the core areas of public health that you might expect, like policy analysis and advocacy, intervention and evaluation, advanced research and evaluation methods, and ethical considerations in public health practice, as well as a quantitative course in Epi and Biostat. This is a short list of elective courses. In addition to this list, you basically have access to the full university at Georgia State. So in addition to electives within the School of Public Health, you also would have the opportunity, as many of our students have taken advantage of, to take courses in the Andrew Young School, Department of Sociology, and other units within Georgia State that may be relevant to your career plans and trajectory. As I mentioned, there's an applied practice experience, which requires a minimum of 120 hours at a relevant agency or organization. And dissertation can be traditional or non-traditional, meaning rather than primary or secondary research, it could also be a policy analysis or development and evaluation of a new program. And just to provide some examples, this again are just some literal snapshots of applied practice experiences, as you can see, done with partners on the left side, Carter Center, Georgians for a Healthy Future, which is a state-level policy and advocacy organization, and both the Center for Chronic Disease and Center for Global Health at CDC. On the right, the Georgia Department of Public Health, and on the bottom right, working with WHO partners. And then again, a few examples of dissertations done by our students. Again, in the upper left was a policy analysis of infection control in skilled nursing facilities. The one that says 2020, a total disaster, was looking at disaster preparedness. The one in the bottom left, looking at social vulnerability and COVID, was actually looking at state-level policy preemption and the impact on COVID outcomes. And on the right was a qualitative study looking at using community-based participatory research, looking at the experience of youth engaged in shelters and homeless services. So again, quite a range of dissertation studies reflecting the range of interests and expertise of our students. And then importantly, our students graduate, as you'll learn from some of our graduates that you'll have a chance to talk to in the breakout rooms. And it's not surprising that they're smiling in these pictures. Again, we take the charge of preparing the next generation of public health leaders seriously.